Hello and welcome to this week's video, or I actually missed my Monday, but that doesn't really matter but I'm here now with a video about IWA or Iowa or IWA, depending on the country that you are from. So Iowa is the biggest international gun fair that there is in Europe. You have more in the Asian guys, there is hot shots on the American side, but Iowa is the one for Europe, and Airsoft has a small hole in there, and it has been declining a little bit over the last years. There's less Airsoft, less people going there, and I don't know why, because this is a perfect opportunity for networking and meeting people all over the world that are coming to one place. It's also a place where companies come with their newest stuff, where they come showing their new developments that they're working on that are coming in the near future. So we were there for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning, a few hours. I had 3 days of meetings, and then the Sunday I didn't have any meetings planned. I just wanted to be there, say bye to everybody. So in this video I'm gonna go over the different days. I'm gonna start with Thursday, of course. Makes sense. And then I'm gonna go over the meetings that I had, the things that we discussed, why I discussed certain things, and we will see where it would lead us. The very first meeting I had was meeting up with the guys of Shooter Global, and they brought some new stuff to the table. They have a new precision shooting assistant, but they also brought the new glasses that they introduced on SHOT Show. It's the most advanced shooting timer that you can get because there's so much stuff that you can do with it, and they keep bringing out new stuff. And mostly I just wanted to say hi to the guys. Personally, I'm not using it because I'm not doing target shooting, but if you do target shooting, make sure to check out those guys. For me, it was personally just to say hi to the guys because I haven't seen them in a year, and they're also, some of the guys are also working on Airsofter World. The very first real meeting that I had was with Terra BB. Terra BB is a company from Finland that is trying to make a true biodegradable, it is making a true biodegradable precision BB. So the person has been working on it for 8 years, and he's coming up with a BB that is biodegradable in your composting, home compost thingy where you put your compost in, because most BBs are made of PLA. There's a long story. I'm gonna make a specific video about that when I do a little bit more research, because I did sit down with some more brands to talk about BBs and their biodegradability, especially with the situation in Norway. I did get some samples. With me. Sadly, the full batch wasn't ready for Iowa. Well, they had it, but it wasn't good, and there was some problems with it. And I look forward to start testing them out a little bit on my own platforms to see how they run in my magazines. But I will keep in touch with them, and I will keep you up to date with the developments. And there will be certainly another video coming about BB's biodegradability and why we should change or not change what we're using. The next meeting was one with not a company, well, it is a company, it's an organizer in Hungary, and we started talking about Airsofter World and what Airsofter World can do for them and what they are using in their country and how we can work together, because Hungary is using a platform. It looks a little bit outdated, and it would be fun to include Hungary in the Airsofter World community so we can have more information and more people going everywhere to play, blah blah blah. I will not go into much detail about Airsofter World. Now, the person that contacted me was BabaYaga. I will put her YouTube channel. It is a player in Hungary, and she was representing Civis Airsoft, an organizer that has a field there and runs games. And we also talked about the Airsofter World games, and it would be fun to have Airsofter World games in Hungary so they can be part of that Airsofter World games community, so they can join the mission-driven tactical airsoft competition that we're running with the Airsofter World games. And during that talk, we also met up with the Romanian Airsoft Federation. I knew they were coming, and I was looking forward to start communicating with them, like face to face. We had a lot of meetings in the past, but meeting somebody face to face, that's a completely different story, because then you can actually see the person and read all the signs that are coming to you. This was one of the people that is the same if you meet him online as he is in real life. I really had a good meeting with the Romanian Airsoft Federation to see what we can do together. Well, we're working on Airsofter World, we're working on European Airsoft Federation, but also again Airsofter World games. So we're gonna see if we can bring the Airsofter World games to Romania and add an extra country in the international league of countries competing for the World Championship from the Airsofter World games. Next up, again, another meeting. This was an interview for Airsofter World, and you might see a pattern. Yes, I was there as Airsofter World. I wanted to promote Airsofter World as much as possible because this is the only chance I have to meet people face to face so they can see my passion about the project, whatever you want to call it. And this interview was for the German public because Q-Airsoft is a big YouTube channel and it has mostly German viewers because most of the talking is done in German. And this will be a perfect opportunity to reach German airsofters about Airsofter World. So I was very happy and thankful for Q-Airsoft to give me a spot in their channel and give me the time and to talk about Airsofter World. And then the last meeting of the day was with Wolverine. And Wolverine is a company that I love to sit down with because how down to earth those people are. Last time I had a really good meeting with them and it was completely different than other meetings I had. I got really difficult questions about stability, how we're gonna make this sustainable, the numbers, not only the analytics and how much money they could make from it, but also what is your future plans? How do you see this working for the airsoft community? And that made me think about stuff in a different way. And I was really looking forward to this meeting because of the difficult questions. And it might sound weird, but yes, I really looked forward to getting grilled and responding to difficult questions. And that made it a really interesting talk. We talked about the new stuff that is coming out from Wolverine, the new blowback system on the HPA rifles. Tested it, really, really nice. And of course, the Gen 12 shotgun that is out that I shot last year, and that shotgun is really nice. As a shotgun person, I really love the spread and how it is designed to use in a game. And that made us also talk about what is the role of that shotgun in a certain field. And that made me think about, well, it would actually be nice to have a separate category in the Airsofter World games for a shotgun user. So maybe in the future we need to change some rules to add that in there. Besides sniper and machine gunner, have a shotgun user in your team. More about that later on an Airsofter World Games video. And that meeting concluded the whole Thursday, which was a very interesting but tiring day. Then we went back to the house to sleep, but no, we met up with our Romanian friends to get one of the best meals in Germany apparently. We went to the Franken Center to get duck or chicken, fried chicken, and vegetables and mango sauce. If you're ever in Germany, go to the Franken Center, go to Boa Street, something like that, and eat some M10 or M31. It's shrimps with mango sauce, or it is fried chicken duck with mango sauce and vegetables. Really nice. Love it. A new day, we're ready for more meetings. And I think this day was the most intense meeting-wise because I think every hour I had a meeting planned with a different company to explain or go over the new updates about Airsofter World and where we can work together more. But before we went there, I was contacted by a light manufacturer, Klarus, to show their product, and I was really surprised that the Belgian police force is actually using one of their products. I did not expect that. It was really interesting to see. This is the, I don't know, there we go. The Belgian police force is using their XT2CR flashlight, handheld flashlight. And on our tour around the booth, we met up with the Phylax. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but I put the logo in here. And they have one-of-a-kind rifles that they custom build. They Cerakote it, and they make only one quantity of that specific rifle, and it's never going to be built again. So if you want it, they're very specific, they're very nice, and very friendly people. And I make that sound as this is something weird, but sometimes you have a meeting with people and it feels like not real, but with those guys, it was, you felt that those people are part of the airsoft community, that they're players, and they really, they love what they do, and they're very excited in what they do. So give them a look, and if there's something you like, just order it, because I really liked what they did with their rifles. They're very unique. That is actually one of the rifles that you can say, this is a unique rifle. It's the only one out there. You will be the only one having this rifle in your collection. And interesting, later on the Sunday, we talked some more, and then we talked about the Airsofter World games, because through communication, they asked like, it would be nice to have like a competition for airsofters that is more tactical, mission driven. And then through some days, people came to me like, hey, those guys are asking that question. So then the Sunday I went back, and the only thing I told them was, yes, we have a competition, and I will give you some more information through email, because today I don't have any meetings planned. And sometimes you meet people in a booth, and sometimes you meet people that are walking around as the brand themselves. And the guy of Titan was walking there around, and I know the brand. I know a lot of people that are using it. I know a lot of people that really like the battery. Me myself, I don't use it yet, but we got a sample back home to test it out and see what the difference is with a normal battery. And more about that, of course, later in a later video. Now, it was also interesting to talk with him because he's from the Netherlands and we're trying to build the Airsofter World games in the Netherlands, and he didn't heard about it, so we gave that information, and hopefully we can get more people going to the first test game in the Netherlands of the Airsofter World games. Then we quickly passed by Rossi, which is a Spanish airsoft manufacturer. They make rifles, they make sniper rifles, pistols, plate carriers, and some other things. I didn't have a meeting planned with them. I just want to pass there and say hi to the people from the booth. That's what I did. A very short conversation because then we needed to go to the next meeting. That was Delta Armory, where we had a meeting to explain what the Airsofter World was, because last year I didn't have the chance to book in a meeting, but this year I had a chance to book a meeting with their marketing people, and it was a very interesting meeting because we are working with Slovakia, with the Airsofter World and Airsofter World games to combine, and also European Airsoft Federation, to get them involved in the whole international community. And all the people that I meet, that I talk with, I do have to follow up this week. And because I'm not feeling that well, that will be coming in the coming days. But first, I want to sit down, make this short video, about our trip to IWA. And after the Delta Armory meeting, we went to get some lunch. And then after that, I had a meeting with ICS to talk about the ICS Captain Program, the future of ICS and me working together, but also about the new products, because they are bringing out like the new Daniel Defense rifles. And I did get the chance on the Sunday, but I'm gonna put it in right here, to shoot with the Tomahawk. And me as a lefty, I thought this was not going to be possible because it is a bullpup sniper rifle with a long pull, and I thought I was going to hit my face while doing it. But luckily they had the shooting booth where the Tomahawk was laying there. I was like, well, I'm gonna just try it out. And I tried it and it works. I do have to do some little detail things to get my face out of the way. Otherwise I'm gonna hit my face with my fist while pulling the bolt. And also the reload mechanism, because it is on the left side of the gun, it makes it a little bit harder, but it's just some practice and some repetition to get the muscle memory in there to be able to quickly reload the magazines. So I really look forward to start testing out the Tomahawk because it shot so nicely and I just love how it looks. So I really look forward to start testing that on future games. And you might say, Rob, you're not a sniper. You will never sit down and lay down to aim at your target. And I think you are 100% correct that I will not do that, but maybe I will. It was a long talk, fun talk, because I love the people from ICS. There is a reason why I have been an ICS captain for so long. I just love how the company is doing their stuff. ICS has always been innovative with all the stuff that they do. They're also one of the companies that is supporting Airsofter World by having a banner up there, by posting their information on Airsofter World and taking that leap of faith to see if this is going to be the next thing in Airsoft, which it is. Trust me on that. And I also saw some new, very interesting stuff that is not released yet, but that will be released very soon. I cannot tell you too much about it. There are some pictures circulating on the internet, but there will be more information about this in a later video. There's a lot of stuff that's coming in later videos, so you might actually subscribe to the channel to keep up to date about that. All right, last meeting of the day, ASG. I've been communicating with ASG for a while now about different things that I will not go into much detail about right here. And it was a very interesting talk with ASG because we're looking for a partnership in AOA with Airsofter World, or with me as a content creator, or with me as a videographer. We will see where it leads us. There's going to be more meetings in the near future to discuss certain things. There is a lot that can be done and that will be done, and because we already had a lot of meetings about certain things, it was fun to just sit down and talk about the future of the community, the future of the people that are there, and to see how the international community is reacting to the new stuff, to Airsoft, to IWA. Yeah, it was a very fun talk with Richard. I met Henrik a few times. It's always fun to see his passionate face looking at things and being interested in everything that is going around. And ASG is one of those companies that I cannot pinpoint on, I can put them in this basket, I can put them in this basket. No, ASG has always been there. They have been always working on the background, and sometimes they shout out some stuff, but then they just keep working in the background on important things. And I really love that about the company. They just keep rolling forward. They keep growing, they keep making decisions, and yeah, hopefully I can be part of that in the near future, or at least be a partner partner thingy in that, but we'll see about that. Of course, I will keep you up to date about that. All right, day 3 of Iowa, and I was tired. I couldn't sleep because there was a lot going on, but we were ready for day 3, another day with meetings. But before we went to the meetings, we quickly passed through the Swedish corner to see what Sweden had to offer on Iowa, and we stopped with Sordin because I want to try out their earplugs, and I'm really curious how they work and if they work, and if it will do something if you run into a CQB environment where they are throwing loud grenades. This one has a small valve in it, and I will be making a video about this to see, how interesting it is for us as an airsoft community. More about that later on the channel. Alright, and then after that we went to the Airsoft Hall again, and my first meeting was with Lancer Tactical. Then we talked about Airsofter World, surprise, because it was the first time that I introduced Airsofter World to Lancer Tactical, or the people from Lancer Tactical. France is a difficult community because, well, France and Germans, they like their language, so they're not quickly gonna switch to an English platform. So I stayed away from it a little bit to not push it. But now more and more French people are very interested in Airsofter World, so Lancer Tactical was a perfect company to talk to about Airsofter World, and hopefully the community will follow also. In that meeting, or after that meeting, I met up with another French person that was interested in Airsofter World, and we will be speaking about that later also. And if you start noticing that my days are quite filled with people that need more information, you are 100% right. I do talk a lot during those 3-4 days. After that meeting, I had a meeting with Specna Arms. No, I think we first had some lunch, and then we went right straight on to the next meeting with Specna Arms that has a banner on Airsofter World, but they wanted to have some more information about where Airsofter World is going, about the Airsofter World games, and what they will be doing in the future together as a partner of Airsofter World. So again, need more follow-up on that. I think we had a 1.5-hour meeting to discuss certain features of Airsofter World, EAF, Airsofter World games, and everything surrounding about that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to a future meetings about this, and hopefully they keep supporting Airsofter World so we can keep growing and adding new features for you as a player, a user on the platform. And a very interesting thing that happens on IWA is that you meet people that you never expect to meet. We were going to our lunch place, and there was a person that asked us a question about airsoft. I didn't really know the answer because it was GBBR, and I'm not really familiar with GBBR. I know it exists, but I don't know how it exactly worked. But luckily Bill was there from Airsoft Action, and he knows a lot more about GBBR, so they connected and they started talking about the stuff that the person had questions about. That person was from Tactical Reviews, and he was there to write articles, I think, about tactical stuff. Very interesting to connect people, and that's why I like those fairs. This is something that usually will never happen online, that you like, oh, I know a guy, the guy is sitting over there. Instead of shouting on the internet, you can actually show the person face to face, sit down, have a talk, done. Then Lisa wanted to check out the booth of Holy Warrior, and those guys, I never heard about that. And you guys might have heard about something like that, but they showed me a red dot that has a full-on LED projection screen on the glass. It even had GPS where you were watching to the east, northwest, whatever. It had a degrees where you were watching like 360 south, I think, north. No, that's north. 180, that's south. So that was all included in the rectangle, like the glass of your red dot. I was blown away. I have never seen it before. You could change your site picture. You can even add a picture in there from the fair that they uploaded through Bluetooth, I think it was, and then you could see how well it was working to show pictures and stuff like that. I was just standing there like I'm still using my cheap ass red dot that is doing the trick, and then this comes in, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. Again, I will put the link in the description, and I will, of course, during the video, I will show some pictures about how it is and what it is, but that was really interesting. And before I went to my next meeting, I met up with the guys from eShooter. And eShooter is a Chinese company that makes targets, and because I'm going to do a target shooting competition thingy soon in June here in Sweden, I wanted to see what the possibilities are with dropping targets that automatically reset, have an app, and eShooter had exactly that. So we talked a lot about, those are the targets, by the way. But I will make it a little bit more clear with a picture in the video itself. And those targets are working together. They're communicating with each other. You can have a lot of different things that work together. So that was really, really interesting. I didn't have a long meeting. We didn't talk about Airsofter World that much. This was really something for me as an organizer to check out. And when we were standing there, we met up with the guys from TLP, an organizer in Germany. We again talked about the Airsofter World games. So hopefully in the future, we can bring the Airsofter World games not only to Romania, Hungary, but also to Germany to be a part of that international competition. Again, more about that later. And then it was time for the very last meeting of IWA. And for some reason, I always want to keep Evolution on the Saturday at the very last hour. We're both tired, we've both been talking for days, and we can still discuss some important business stuff. We talked about the evolution of Airsofter World. Wow, nice. We were talking about what has been changing, how Airsofter World can partner up with Evolution. We also discussed other things for me as a person, as a organizer, as a videographer, or just as an airsofter. So that was really, again, an interesting meeting. And we also get cheese and Prosecco. Now, I don't drink or eat a lot of cheese, but Lisa really loved the cheese. And that's always a good thing if the booths are bringing some nice stuff from their country to spoil the people that are coming to their booth and talk about business stuff. And Evolution is a company from Italy that makes rifles, pistols, and some other stuff, cases, I think also, BBs that we've been using. We had a long conversation about BBs and biodegradability, like I said. So it was a interesting talk, and usually Iowa stops at 6, but I think we kept talking up till 6:30 until the Iowa people told us like, now it's time to go home. So the next thing we did was getting some food again with the Romanian people and say our goodbyes and hopefully meet up again next year on Iowa again. And now I'm quickly gonna go through the stuff that is here to see if I forget something. So Olight had a really cool automatic loading system. ICS gave us some pineapple cape, which was really nice. And this is the Titan battery. Lisa got a sample to try out in her rifle. I did the target shooting competition. My time was 37 seconds. It was not the fastest, but I blame it on me being a lefty and not being prepared at all. There is a lot of business cards of companies that I need to hit up again. I got some Moncheries from ICS. That was really friendly because she loves those Moncheries. What's in the last bag? Some more pineapple cape from another company. And maybe one of the most interesting tools that we got during that 4 days at Iowa is a spork from a company, Stratai. I don't know. It's a spork. I don't know the company, so I need to look up the company. So actually your branding works, because now I'm going to look up what it is, because a metal spork, I've been missing this for a while. I can just keep it in the car. And I think that's all the stuff that we brought home from Iowa, except like some patches and some stickers. That's going to be on my patch wall and on my case. That is all the collection of my stickers. And I really look forward to sending all the emails to all the companies and following up on all the talks that we did. And hopefully it will be an amazing 2025 with a lot of new developments for Airsofter World games, or me as a videographer, organizer, or player. If you want to see more about Iowa in the next year, let me know, because now I just had all meetings, but maybe I'm going to reserve a day to make some videos about new stuff that is coming up. Let me know what you think about this blabbering video about IWA in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with all the videos that are coming about all the stuff that we just talked about. I'm sorry for the long video, and I'm happy I did it, and I'll see you in the next video really soon. Bye.